So one of the cool things about having a YouTube channel is that people send you cool stuff. I have been sent something very, very cool. I have a feeling that this is going to be one of the better XR glasses out there. So you get VR, you get augmented reality, virtual reality. This is just a screen that's projected to your eyes. I looked into it and it is a very good product for what is out there right now. This is a 1080p screen that is projected to your eyes, and it is seemingly very good quality. It's got diopter adjustment. I think the proof is in how it looks on your face and how it functions in everyday life. So let's get into it. A lot of us nerds are getting ourselves into projects and not really knowing how we're going to execute them. For example, you could be building your own homemade controller for gaming, or I even know someone who's actually building their own handheld gaming console. All of these need PC boards, custom PCBs. And this is where PCBWay come in. Check out their website for a well-designed online ordering system for custom PCBs. You can just fill in all your specs, upload your designs, and send it off. Thanks again to PCBWay for sponsoring today's video. All right, so they've sent me a bunch of marketing goodies. Thank for your cell phone, badge. Okay, now the stickers actually tell a little story because this says Viture flight. Now, one of the marketing points for this is to use on an airplane. Now, whether you will look or feel cool on an airplane with these glasses is up to you, but I think if it's convenient to use, that's the critical thing. Viture, Harman, I think what they've done here is taken all the little pieces of every product that's been out so far and perfected it, and it's Harman audio quality, so spatial audio, 120-inch full HD screen. Yeah, so a 1080p 120-inch screen. So it's going to project that screen onto your eyes, and it's going to appear like a 120-inch screen, which is massive. Nicely packaged, little sticker here. Okay, we got Viture 1 lens shade. I wonder what that is. It's like a little shade to put on the front, which to put on the front. Yeah, I don't know. That's for home. That's for home use. I mean, depends if you're an extrovert and you want to wear that on an airplane. That's up to you. But that's to black out. So obviously they've put a fun one in here for the marketing purposes, but I am never going to use that. This is the dock. So I have read up on this. Now what this will do is it's just like a normal dock. So you can plug your glasses in the one port, and in the other port you can still charge your device that you're plugging into, like your Steamdeck or your Switch or your tablet. So any USB-C tablets or phone is going to work here. So iPhone 15 and Android phones. Very good quality by the looks of it. Nice. That's a little bit plasticky, but the cable feels good. Nice chunky plug. So time will tell, but it is a little bit clunky. Okay, so there's a controller that they've sent me. There's also an Android band, but that doesn't seem to be in my package. Maybe I don't have enough followers to get the Android band as well. I see they don't have it, so I'm just going to talk about it. There's an Android band. So these are glasses that plug into anything. So your Steamdeck, I've got my Steamdeck here ready to go. And they've sent me sort of the gamer's package. So this is to plug into my Steamdeck and go, which is great. But I really think for a lot of people, the Android band and this is going to be a wonderful combo because you put your Netflix or whatever on the Android device and you can watch your movies and stuff just like that. Don't have to plug into anything, sitting in bed or whatever. So that I think is a nice little quality of life feature, which I would have liked to have tested out in my life. And you can do game streaming. So you could put the Steam Link app on that band and then just do Steam Link to your bedroom if it does have Wi-Fi 6 or whatever. So that is a cool little feature, and I'd love to test that in the future. But anyway, I have the gaming pack here, so let's have a look. Let's start with the controller before we get into the glasses to delay things a little bit. This is a very nice controller from what I've seen. Very nice unboxing experience. Very premium. I mean, this is not a cheap thing. So, I mean, a lovely box. I love the branding. 8-bit and Viture. Ooh, that is nice. And look up. That is nice. Pity I don't have the limited edition Steamdeck because that would have just been a match made in heaven. What's so premium about this is it has the Viture logo over there. So there you go. Very, very nice. Okay, so this is a Switch controller. So it's digital buttons. So you're not getting analog triggers, which, like, for the game I'm currently playing, I'm busy playing Death Stranding, not a big issue. But if you're playing like Forza Horizon or something, this is not going to be the greatest experience. That actually is a bit of a bummer that these aren't analog sticks, triggers. It's got this lovely stippled plastic here, which I really enjoy. Somehow it feels better on this controller. Very, very nice. Great D-pad. Rubber membrane D-pad. It feels a little bit different to my Ultimate controller. I mean, overall, just a beautiful controller. I mean, that is wonderful. Bluetooth and USB-C. If you're a Switch user, this is a great setup. There's the blinking light. That blinking light. Okay, now for the main event. Now this is beautifully packaged. Look at that. Wow. Okay, so there's a little tab on the side here. And check it out. Look, I mean, that's like little touches like that. I mean, that is just beautiful. Well done. And then they're very proud of the fact that they won an award with Time Magazine, Time's Best Invention, Grand Slam of World Top Designs Award. So here's the QR code. In my full review, I'm definitely going to talk about the app. So they are trying to make this productivity tool as well, where you can do multi-window screens and sit. Instead of using a screen for your laptop, you can sit and actually use your phone to control screens, and so I'm going to test that because that is definitely a quality of life thing that needs a couple of days or even weeks of testing. So I'm definitely going to get into that in my full review. It just says open this way. So let's see what happens here. Ooh. That is fan-bloody-tastic. Look at that. Beautifully printed. See, there's also a dock. The dock is more for if you have two devices, and specifically for Switch users, it's also useful for that. That is quite spectacular. And then over here, like, it's got a quick start guide, but then it's also got a whole lot of things to tell you here. So try nose pad sizes 1, 2, and 3, or no nose pad at all to find the best fit. So there's the different nose pads. All right, so here we go. Here are the glasses. All right, Viture logo on the side there. Nose pads, they're very broad, like coming in this way. Guessing that's where you put the charging thingy. You can see the adjustable lenses here. Quite thick arms. Ventilation, that's where the sound will come out there. And this is how it's going to look. So as you can see, because I see it's a minus and my script is a plus, and they told me I don't need them to put lenses in here, which they can do. They can actually put your prescription in here. Oh, look at that. So this, need to get the paper out, is magnetic for the cable. So here's my thing with these products. It has to work with a cable at this point in technology. That is why Apple are putting the computer inside the goggles and saying to themselves and forcing themselves to go, okay, we have to make this smaller because it looks ridiculous. Next product needs to be smaller, faster, all of those things. These guys are going, well, let's just do a screen and do the processing power outside, which I understand. And they're definitely, I think there's going to be a world where these are commonplace, but the downside is you need a cable. So it's never going to be something that you feel comfortable walking around the street with. So I want to actually do a vlog doing that where I've got my Android phone or whatever connected and I've got things happening on the screen while I walk around town, just for the fun of it, because I don't think anyone's ever going to do that. Okay, that's brightness. So double tap. There we go. Now, so you double tap that button. Now it switches to volume. That is crazy. So I did not expect the audio to be that good. I'm still busy trying to figure out the lenses on my eyes. But the audio is phenomenal. I thought this had paired to the speaker in my studio and I thought I was surrounded by sound. It is insane. Like, I can't explain how good that is. In terms of personal entertainment, if you're someone who watches a lot of series, putting this sound on you is going to blow your mind. Like, it's going to be immersive for, if there's something like a Marvel movie or something that high production level, this is going to be amazing. Okay, so the screen takes a bit of getting used to. So the stereoscopic thing for your eyes takes a bit of getting used to. You've got to relax your eyes and just let it come to you instead of trying to figure out, your brain at first goes, oh, there's 2 images, what the hell do I do? This is really difficult to explain in a YouTube video. But here's the thing, I can see the screen, and as I move it around, it moves around the room, which, I mean, it's not nice to have a shaky screen, but if you just sit still, and I think you'll get used to that. But also, I have a screen on my camera in front of me. I can still see, it's not perfect, like it's not perfect vision, but I can still see what's going on around me. That is quite a big deal. And there we go. That's like super cool. I'll do that. That's bloody ridiculous. I don't know what that's all about. That is crazy. So I'm getting obviously light from here. No, there's no way to block this. And obviously I do have a studio light here, but there's a button here, the single button, like the small button. And if I press it, now I can see through the lenses. Now I can't. So take note here. Look at that. Hey, how cool is that? So you're still going to get light from here, but there, that just blocks everything else. I have a very big room. I have a 6 by 4.5 meter room. And if I put these on, in terms of the room, this screen is about 2.5 to 3 meters wide. That is massive. Like, it's huge and it's crisp. The colors are rich and saturated. It's more rich and saturated than on my Steamdeck, but the colors are as balanced as my Steamdeck, if that makes any sense. So the blacks are deeper. So now I'm just looking at the window there, and there's a bit of light coming through. I can see to the outside. Now if I press this button, there's a tiny faint little bit of the light coming through. So obviously if you're outside, it's not going to block the light out completely, but like for on a plane or whatever, that's pretty cool. Okay, I think it's connected. Let's see. Yes. Okay, my hands aren't particularly oily, and it's picking up on oil marks like crazy. This audio is insane. Cool, so I'm in a very reflective room. There's a lot of light going on here, and I am getting a lot of reflections inside here. The digital triggers are a bit of a thing to get used to. Very nice controller. Rumble motor is decent. Okay, so I just stepped away, and I had to repair the Bluetooth device, which a lot of devices, even 2.4 gigahertz devices, like the cheaper ones, they'll lose the pairing, and it'll be a bit of a pain to get it back again. All I had to do was press the home button, and it paired immediately. So it looks like it's going to both save battery and be easy to use. All right, so I was away, spent the evening with this, and did a bit of testing, and my opinion has changed slightly. So when I unboxed this, I was like a little bit bummed. Oh, they didn't send me the Android neckband, and I thought that was kind of the way it would be ideal to use. But now I'm realizing they've thought this thing out so well that they've overcome so many of the hurdles of XR glasses as a whole, as a product, that they've just made it super convenient to use. And they've also, I've convinced myself that this is something that I will actually use on a regular basis. Here's how I started the evening. I went for dinner with my wife and a friend, and then I was thinking to myself, how is this going to change the way I use my Steamdeck? Because I've got a screen. The whole thing with the Steamdeck is that it's convenient. I can just sit anywhere and play. And that is true. It is just super convenient. And this is just another piece of tech to carry around. Do I really need that in my life? And now here's all the hurdles they've overcome. So firstly, it's in a really handy carry case, a very high quality carry case, and everything goes in it. It's got a compartment for the cable and the glasses, because you need the cable. So obviously the cable is a pain. We all don't like the fact that these glasses don't have cables, but the case carries the cable and the glasses conveniently. It's not going to damage the glasses. Everything has been thought of in that regard. First hurdle done. Then the next thing is, okay, you put them on, and now you've got to connect. So you've got this little thingy, and you can hear the Steamdeck going now because I've disconnected it. So now, because it's proprietary, but it needs to be proprietary so that it can do this. Connected. Screen is on. So that's a very short delay and easy connection process. I don't know what it's like with the Switch or what have you, but with my Steamdeck, it's been absolutely seamless. So there's the next hurdle. Just connecting to your wire and using your wire is super convenient. And it is magnetic, so if it disconnects while you're sitting in bed or sitting on your couch or whatever, to just put it back on without taking the glasses off is easy. So that part is super convenient. All right, and then I mentioned you plug it in and it just connects. It took a few seconds and it was connected. No unplugging, replugging, there was no issue. The next hurdle is the fact that this thing doesn't need to charge. There's no charge needed on this. I mean, it's so tiny. Where they're going to put the batteries, it's going to make it so expensive to put batteries in here. So this is just a slave to whatever you plug it into. So another hurdle overcome, you don't have to charge this thing. I mean, I just reviewed a controller that needs to be charged with USB-C. Wonderful, like cool. But it's just a pain to have to charge everything all the time. This doesn't have that problem. Next hurdle done. Now I want to talk about the bubble. So, I mean, I don't recommend that everyone games at late hours of the night in the pitch dark. It's bad for you in every possible way. But I do it from time to time. So at least, like I'd say once a week, I'll play games a little bit late. But it'll be on my Steamdeck, usually with the audio off, not to bother my wife in bed. The screen is on, so there's ambient light from the screen. And then for comfort or whatever, I leave the bedside lamp on. And all of those things get shut off with this on, because now the screen doesn't work on the Steamdeck. There's a screen here. I can now have audio, or if I had audio on here, it bothers my wife now, it's here. It's all within the bubble of this thing. And the audio is excellent. Like I said, 50% audio, nobody can hear it. I cannot believe how good the audio is in here. It truly is spatial audio. It feels like you're in a theater, and then you've got this massive screen. And so there's the next hurdle in terms of why would I use this? Why would I use this over and above just sitting on my Steamdeck? And the reason is you get to be discreet about having a massive theater in your bedroom, in your couch, in your lounge, on the subway, if you're in a country that people aren't going to attack you and steal it, on an airplane flight, in the airport, if you travel a lot. All of that you can have this incredible sound, incredible, very crisp picture with deep blacks, good saturation, good color balance, all right there. And that is, for me, the reason why I really am starting to like this, and I'm going to do a full review and I'm going to put it through its paces and test all sorts of things. I am definitely convinced now that they have really thought this product out. And then the next thing that makes me think that is this controller. So I'm not a fan of these triggers. I'm a bit bummed as a Steam Deck user that it doesn't have analog triggers. But they've thought of every instance where this thing will be used. If you're streaming to an Android device, like I said, I was a bit bummed about the collar thing, but the thing is this plugs into Android phones, iOS devices, your Switch, all of that via the USB-C. You don't really need that collar unless for special use cases. So I've been, after using it, I've been converted to thinking it's not completely necessary unless you want to be just completely mobile and move around with this thing. But this controller is just wonderful for Android streaming, gaming streaming via your Android, or just playing Android games. It'll be okay on the Switch, very nice for the Switch. And so as a package, as a whole, I really feel like this thing is just very, very well thought out, and I'm really impressed, and I'm really excited to put it through its paces.